YTV, always in the right places, bringing you the contents that you deserve. Today we find ourselves making this evening a more prominent one at the Chains to Crowns book launch. My name is Lindsay Joy, and I'm teaming up with another representative to make sure that you get the crisp and best out of tonight's event. Don't go anywhere, we bring you more conversations.
A significant chapter in the narrative of African history was unveiled at the launch of a book written by Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Akwasi Agyeman, titled When We Returned from Chains to Crowns at the W.E.B. Du Bois Center. The momentous occasion brought together a room filled with anticipation and joy, celebrating a masterpiece that explores the profound journey from African slavery to emancipation and beyond.
The book traces the fruits of the Year of Return initiative to its roots in the 17th century, when the first ships sailed with enslaved Africans to the New World. It is multidimensional in its honest mix of the bare facts of history and the author's own contemporary perspectives.
The evening began with a grand arrival of dignitaries and close friends of the author, including key figures from the tourism sector and the creative arts industry. Their presence set the tone for a night of reflection and celebration. Chairperson Joyce Ayi opened the event with inspiring remarks, establishing a thoughtful and celebratory atmosphere as the program commenced.
Such a privilege to be asked to sit in a very comfortable chair. And even more comfortable is that I'm next to the president. I know most of you envy me, but you're forgiven.
A notable highlight was the attendance of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as the guest of honor. His presence underscored the importance of the book's themes and Agyeman's contribution to African heritage. The President of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, appreciated efforts of the author to bring light to the journey of Africans through the book, with each chapter to give every reader a reason to reflect and ponder upon how trials of those days transitioned into triumphs of today.
I'm here to help launch this excellent book, When We Return from Chains to Crowns. It symbolizes the resilience, strength, and indomitable spirit of the African people. And I'm deeply moved that it has been dedicated to me. The narrative captured in these pages is more than a story. It is a journey that began in chains, that now leads to crowns. It is a journey that tells of pain, struggle, and the endurance of our ancestors, who despite the horrors of the Middle Passage, slavery, colonialism, and oppression, never lost their dignity and their hope for a brighter future. In conclusion, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to the author of this book, the dynamic, hard-working Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Akwasi Agyeman. To all those who have supported the Year of Return and beyond the return, and to the people of Ghana with their strong commitment to this cause.
In his moving address, Mr. Agyeman discussed the critical need for Africans to reconnect with their history, from the chains of slavery to the triumphs of emancipation. He described his work as a vital mission to illuminate this journey and empower future generations.
When We Return takes us through the profound exploration, a journey back to uncover the threads of our identity as Ghanaians and members of the African family. Too many times we are unaware of our history and overshadowed by the passage of time. Lost narratives, not understanding things that are happening around us. And I think I was one of such victims until the president in January 2017 appointed me to be the CEO of the Ghana Tourism Authority. And when I got into tourism and the issues of diaspora came up, I realized how little I knew about our own story, about our own history.
As we went through the period of the Year of Return and more people came, a lot of Ghanaians said, oh, when they talk about the Germany, like the connection was not as deep as I thought it could be. And so I hope it inspires all of us that what is going on in terms of the African diaspora connection is not just travel, it's not just tourism, it's deeper. I mean, if you look at where we are now, it's a venue for where W.E. Du Bois came to stay. And he's an African icon. And he decided to relocate to Ghana. At the Padmore Library, you have George Padmore and all that. So I think for me, it's more of trying to be inspired by the history of Africa, the history of people who led the way and we are following. I think maybe I'll be inspired to write more, but not maybe on the return. I think there's a lot more that I can write on tourism and other things, but I'll take it one day at a time. I think film, documentary, we've tried to work with a few film actors to see whether we could do something. So I think documentaries and film is also very important because that is really more vivid. A lot of people cannot spend time reading, but they can watch and understand. So I think the next item will be how we translate this to film.
Ambassador Erika Bennett took the stage to acknowledge President Akufo-Addo and Akwasi Agyeman for their pivotal roles in helping people in the diaspora trace their roots.
When I think of the author of this book, I think about the awards that he has won all over the world. I think about the Bridge Builders Award that you received, the same award that my president, His Excellency, received. This president has given citizenship to so many of my brothers and sisters around the world. This president was the one who first signed our protocols to make us a diplomatic mission. He was the foreign minister at the time. So you see, when I stand here and I salute you, Mr. President. I salute you, Akwasi Agyeman, for your love, for your respect, and your appreciation for those of us returnees.
A poetic rendition of African history and heritage brought more life to the function and welcomed all guests to join in the celebration of this milestone.
His vision ignited flames, fierce and bright, to reclaim our heritage and to set things right. The working committee, tireless and true, wrote threads of unity, dreams anew. From Harlem to Accra, they bridged the divided. Their hands held high with hope as their guide. The year of return, a period of grace, echoing through time in every embrace. Ancestral whispers carried in the breeze, calling hearts home across continents and seas. In Almeida's dungeons, tears etched in stones, we honor the past, the pain we've known, yet resilience blooms like baobab tall, roots intertwined, a shared ancestral cause. His Excellency, President Nana Akufo-Addo, your leadership shines, a legacy woven in sacred lines. You beckon the diaspora, hearts aflame, to return, to heal, and to reclaim their name. We thank you for the year of return, and now we look beyond the return. Thank you, Mr. President. You have set the precedents. And so we dance on shores of return, jubilant rhythms. Our spirits yearn from unity and heart's sweet refrain. In the heart of return, we find home again. Oyiwalado. Thank you, Mr. President.
YTV, interacted with a diverse group of influential personalities across various sectors, all united by their passion for Africa's progress. Alright, so it's going down right here at the launch of When We Return from Chains to Crowns, the author being Mr. Akwasi Agyeman, and I'm here with the publisher of the book in the person of...
I'm Samuel Agyeman Prempeh.
Samuel Agyeman Prempeh, wonderful. So, Samuel, tell us, what was the experience, or what is the experience that you've gotten as being part of this team to bring this wonderful piece together?
Thank you so much. I think as a publishing firm, what Lumiere Creative does is to be able to bring out the best from our clients. Working together with Mr. Akwasi Agyeman on such a masterpiece has been very phenomenal. To be able to document the stories of our own people as they came to the country, their experiences, their impact, and very importantly, the lessons they intend to project to the people. I think it has been quite a very remarkable feat. So for me, I think that today we are seeing the birthing of a great masterpiece that chronicles the history of Ghana, the history of Africa in a very classic way.
Sir, welcome to the launch of this wonderful book, and your first glance at the title of this book, what comes to mind? Tell us.
What comes to mind is a journey from what they say, from grass to grace, from zero to hero. A historical account or journey of our people who were taken as slaves to other countries to go and build other countries, but now have the opportunity to come back to elevate themselves in their homes, their original homes, which is the African continent. And that's what comes into my mind. I haven't seen the book. Akwasi hasn't told me anything about the book. But when I look at the title, When We Returned from Chains to Crowns, it evokes in my mind a graphical account of a journey. From chains to crowns means like the story of Joseph in the Bible, and I think it's very inspiring. Indeed, it's interesting because Akwasi always keeps telling me that I should write a book, and I keep saying, what would I write about? But he's found the perfect thing to write about, because for me, in the job that I do, and I see, investors coming from all other places, I always remark that we see investors coming from Europe, from the Americas, Asia, Latin America. We don't see the global African. There's a great disconnect, a great disconnect between the global African and the continent. And so the job that we need to do is to let them understand that this is home and this is where their glory is. And so that's the message I give to him is kudos, well done. And I hope that there's more to come from him because it will be exciting.
Sir, please tell us, first of all, we want to know who you are. So please, what's your name, sir?
My name is Andrew Ejapa Mesa. I'm a Member of Parliament for 2nd D and a Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture. Yeah.
Wonderful. So sir, please, at the first glance, your first glance at the title of the book, what comes to mind, sir?
Well, obviously, because of the work that Akwasi did with the Year of Return and Beyond the Return, even though I don't know the storyline, suggests to me that it's something that relates to the Year of Return and its aftermath and matters surrounding the Year of Return. Yeah.
As a piece that's coming from Ghana, where do you believe that this book, or where do you hope that this book can make an impact into?
I suppose that if my suspicion is right, that it is cataloging the narrative around the Year of Return, because as the title suggests, when we returned from chains to crowns, then it will be something that I will expect the diasporan family to embrace it, to apprise themselves of what it is that the Year of Return itself is about, so that it can help them in their reconnection that the Year of Return and Beyond the Return is seeking to build between ourselves and our African diaspora. So that would be my expectation.
I am here with a very wonderful man, I must say, and sir, we would want you to introduce yourself.
So my name is Japhet Ayiku, and I serve as Executive Director of the W.E.B. Du Bois Museum Foundation, whose mission is to redevelop the whole Du Bois Center in the next 4 years.
Wonderful. I can tell that you are thrilled to be here.
Very well so, very much so, because I know the author. I've met him several times in New York. I actually live in New York, and I shuttle between New York and Accra working on this Du Bois project. And I've hosted the author many times in New York. We've talked about the development of the Du Bois Center. So yeah, I'm very excited to be here.
That's amazing. So knowing the author and seeing this particular project being brought to life, what can you say about it?
I think the title has so much significance. It talks about pain. Okay, when we talk about crown of what? Crown of glory, crown of pain. It talks about pain. It talks about success. It talks about joy. So I see a lot of significance in the title of the book. But I think it's a great book. And incidentally, I am working on. We are on the grounds of the first of the major American figures who decided to migrate to Ghana, to come back to Ghana, was W.E.B. Du Bois. The greatest African American intellectual of all times decided to come to Ghana as a significant figure, followed by all of these people that are coming in his wake. So I am just thrilled to be here.
We can tell that you are part of that team or that elite group of people who have decided to make an impact and bring in that impact right here into Africa. With this book coming out, where do you envisage that this book is going to make an impact?
I think African Americans in particular in the U.S. who are going to be reading this book here will learn a lot from it in terms of what that we shouldn't give up. I mean, we should surely the slavery happened, but we are now liberated. We have a chance to come back to the continent, to develop the continent, to be the people that we are set out to be. We are supposed to be the leaders of the world. When it comes to art, when it comes to early civilization, it all started from Africa, okay? And they destroyed it all. But now the young people are coming up, yourself and other young people are coming up and making a difference in the world. So I know that when people look at it and read this book here, we're going to make it into a movie very soon.
Yeah, Ben Amponsa, I'm a friend of Mr. Agyeman.
Wonderful. As a friend of the author, when you take a look at the title alone of this book, what message does it pop up into your mind?
One of the greatest things that's happened in our country since 2019 is the year of return and beyond the return. The boost to tourism and all the effects of it as well. So I'm looking forward to reading this book and understanding the motivations behind it and also the lessons since Akwasi Agyeman was at the forefront of that policy. So just the background story, the lessons from it and the impact that it had.
It's going down right here at the W.E.B. Du Bois Center, where we witnessed the launch of a very wonderful piece written by the CEO of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Mr. Akwasi Agyeman. And I'm here with the beautiful lady who plays a very integral role in bringing and making impact in Ghana through the Beyond the Return initiative. Please, your name, please.
My name is Annabelle McKenzie. I am so excited to be here tonight for this wonderful book.
I can tell. So, looking at this book, I mean, your first glance when you look at the title, what comes to mind?
You know, I think about all of the hard work we did collectively to put on Year of Return, and I'm so proud of this accomplishment of our CEO. He was our fearless leader to implement Year of Return, and the fact that he even had time to write a book with all of the work that he does is really a wonderful thing. The book is excellent. Of course, I got to read the copy before everyone, and I encourage everyone to really buy this book, read it, and cherish it. It is a masterpiece. It's a work of art, and I'm glad that I was able to work hand in hand with him to make history.
Wonderful. So when we take a look at the impact that you've stated it will make, where do you believe that it will go to? What impact do you believe? I mean, going beyond Ghana, where are the other places do you believe it could get to in making an impact?
Year of Return has impacted the entire continent. and the world. I mean, we have really bridged a gap between the global diaspora family and the continent. Year of Return assisted with changing the narrative of what it is to be African, what it is to live in Africa, and what Africa is about. You know, the West no longer tells our story. We are owning our own narrative. We are telling our own stories. We are representing Ghana in Africa as the beautiful country and continent that it is. So this is a lifelong thing. America, the world, will never look at Africa the same, and Year of Return played a big part in that.
It's amazing when I look at it. In fact, when I got the invitation in the first place, I said, this is a big title coming from someone like Akwasi Agyeman. I know his efforts, I know what he did, you know, beyond the return that came. Then now, when we return, it means he's addressing everybody's home now. What next from this moment? This guy has a vision, so that he's not just calling people, come over, come over. There's something he's still having up his sleeves to try to tell you that when you return, there is more to expect. So we have returned. And so, yes, we have seen, we know, we are aware, and we are here. That's the way I understand it. And it's a big surprise, actually, and I'm waiting to see more of the book, then I can speak more to it.
Okay, my name is Regina Akosa. And it's interesting that today we came here to be a part of this book launch and to hear. I'll just want to say a few things that I have learned, just even from the various speeches that have been given. I haven't read the book fully, but I think that with everything that has been spoken concerning this book, I believe that it's really going to impact a lot of people, not just in Ghana, not just in the diaspora, but all around us. And just for the fact that it's a good thing for us to know where we've come from, what we've been through, and where we are going. It's so important that these things are made known to not just the older folks, but even especially the younger ones that are coming along. So I believe that it will be good that everybody gets a copy of this book to read.
Hi, my name is Eunice, and I got invited here by the CEO of Ghana Tourism Development, who happens to be my husband. So it happens to be the book launch of his colleague, that's Akwasi Agyeman, and I believe this book would be about, I haven't really read it, but it will be about like slave trade and how from the Year of Return, we were able to get people to come back to the country. So basically from chains to crowns, we are back taking our crowns, and that's it really.
Hi guys, my name is Michelle Kunedu. I am the founder of Villa Diaspora, and I am here to witness the launch of When We Returned from Chains then to Crowns. I think that this book and this program is so impactful for Ghanaians and the entire diaspora. I think that the Year of Return was not only impactful for Ghana, but for the entire African continent and its diaspora, because what it did was it extended a hand over, because there is an undeniable fact that we are all related, we're all family, but you know, Mr. Akwasi Agyeman and his team did an amazing job in just reaching a hand out, and I was just so amazed to see all the hands that reached back out to come over to return. So I just hope that this initiative, just even after it's long gone, just the impact of it just keeps people returning and reconnecting to one another. And yeah, I hope that you all also get a chance to read the book. It's amazing, and his experiences bringing this together is something that I think would be very inspiring to everyone.
Hi, this is Dr. Abby from Star Pharma, and I'm so happy to be here to experience this book launch. I actually learned a lot from the conversation that happened in there. I learned about 1 million people came into Ghana to experience the return. And this has really boosted the economy in terms of businesses, tourism, transportation, and all that. So it is an eye-opening, and I cannot wait to read this book to learn more.
My name is Nana Mensah, also at a Star Ghana branch. This is something that I can relate to because as Dr. Akwasi Agyeman mentioned in there, if you have lived outside Ghana and you return, it's really, really an eye-opening for you, and it's a total different experience, especially if you have visited the Cape Coast Castle. When I used to live in Ghana, it didn't mean anything to me till I traveled outside Ghana to the United States. You know, sometimes some uncomfortable situations that you may find yourself in because you are black, and coming back to Ghana and visiting Cape Coast Castle, you can definitely relate and feel everything our forefathers or ancestors felt. So this book is actually everything, and we are definitely moving from chains to crowns. So I encourage everybody out there thinking about relocating to Ghana, establishing businesses, which we have, and it's an amazing feeling, and we are so grateful for the support, and also believing that everybody that read this book will have a different impact on the Ghana economy and how much we can also lift our country up.
The evening wrapped up with a lively networking session and photo opportunities. Guests mingled, forged new connections, and captured memories, bringing a celebratory close to a memorable event. The launch of When We Return from Chains to Crowns was more than a book release. It was a powerful reminder of Africans' journey from slavery to freedom.
You heard it all, but this is not the end of it. We have even more coming right at you, so keep that dial locked right here on YTV.
YTV, yearn for more.